3, 4, 5. God, Moto makes this much harder than it should be. Alright. Let's draw approximately all the cards. Oof. Okay. Pretty good. Alright, today we're going to be playing some more Turbo Forge. Of course, we've called this deck Forge PO when there was Forge and PO and no Jewel. We called it Jewel PO, and there's Jewel and PO and no Forge. You could call it Jewel Forge. I don't know. Even when we weren't playing Mystic Forge, it was basically Mystic Forge. So Turbo Forge, whatever you want to call it. I ran this list the other day and immediately got a 5-0. I wanted to return to a more all-in turbo style. That means 16 lands. That means 8 monoliths. That means 8 keys. That means no main deck grids. Kind of like the first list that I went on that really hot streak with. Except the difference here is we're not on a full set of Kozilek's command, and we are playing Forge. The reason for that is when you have that dream turn 1 start with Monolith and Key, and you don't actually have one of your 4 drops that you can play, but instead you just have Kozilek's command, it's not ideal. Because you either... Excuse me, I'm still pretty sick. Because you either have to Cozy command for 2, or just pass and hold it up for 1. I definitely want access to the card, but now we don't necessarily have to choose between Forge or Jewel. We can play a combination of both. So what's the benefit of playing it like this, as opposed to playing more lands, not as many keys and monoliths? You know, Saga, for instance. Well, we are as forward as possible, basically, is the idea, which does a few things. For one, if you're not playing against the blue deck, it is just going to be better, because you're going to be able to string your combo together earlier and more often. In addition to that, when you combo, so when you PO, when you resolve Jewel, when you drop a Mystic Forge, all of these cards are a lot stronger. When you have fewer lands and more hits, Jewel has a higher chance of just hitting a PO and then actually winning, and you have a higher chance of winning off of that PO, the more keys and material that you have for it. That also means 4 opals. So the mana base, we've done a few things in the past. Obviously, I've gone up on lands before, which can allow you to play Saga alongside some other options, or you can play Nexus and Tower. You can't really do that with 16 lands. I mean, you could do Nexus and Tower, but then you have nothing else. I think I like having a basic, and I do like having Otawara. And the other lands I've chosen here today is Crystal Vein, so we can continue to be really fast when we need to. Otherwise, it is a land that just taps for 1. And Adakar Waste. Now, one of the biggest benefits of running Nexus was always that you could run colored sideboard cards, like Portable Hole, Static Prison. You can do, like, Beseiju, Wayscape Battle Mage, but I think the white options are the best, especially because Static Prison can hit opposing Karns, but they're just obviously really flexible. But I feel like Tower Nexus is pretty weak unless you play additional lands, and we're not playing additional lands, and I think it is still kind of slow and fragile. Whereas Adakar Waste, it isn't going to cost you an extra mana like Nexus does if you want to get the color out of it, and you also get to play more lands that can cast your Fleshraker. You need colorless land or mana to cast this card. You can't cast it with 3 blue. You need at least 1 colorless. And in that way, Adakar Waste is actually a tri-land, because it can tap for colorless, or it can get either color that you want. Previous to this, I was running Seed of the Synod, combination of Seed of the Synod, 3 of those, and 3 Saga. However, we're very action dense, And Saga is very fragile. And in the event that you're not actually getting the value out of it, it is the worst land that you could possibly play, right? It's like a Crystal Vein that is really easy to interact with. Force of Vigor, Wasteland, you can often be prevented from even using it for 1 mana. Can get bounced by Teferi. Blood Moon kills it. It's disappearing after a couple of turns. Like, Saga's great. But if you're able to be successful enough in the combo aspect of your deck, it can very much hinder that combo aspect in favor of another angle that is fragile and often enough, at least, just doesn't get there. It would be fine to play. Obviously, it's just a pile of pros and cons, right? So that's the main deck. And then sideboard, I mean, we're not interacting with Force of Will, and we're not necessarily even a turn 1 combo deck, so that basically means we have to be playing Leyline for obvious reasons, namely Upsal spells, of course, and Cage as just like the 5th really good graveyard card. If we bring it in, we tend to at least trim on Mystic Forge. And then I still have a Dismember. It's just really easy, you know, you can cast it off of any of your lands. Like Static Prison and Portable Hole aren't as reliable, killing something like Collect Roof. Dismember, if you only have artifact sources, or only colorless sources. If it's only artifact sources as far as mana goes, you can float it with Collect Roof on the stack and then kill it. I do like still having one. Though Grim Bauble is very good. But a lot tougher to cast, obviously, for this deck. And then I do, of course, want access to all the grids we play against blue. I will play them. And after all that, you'd probably be looking and saying, well, what about Chalice? Chalice of the Void is very good against us. And it's good on 1, it's good on 0. And if it's on 1, we can't remove it with Static Prison, Portable Hole. There's a whole host of things you can play. Most of which aren't particularly good, or are colored, like white. And the problem with trying to kill Chalice with a white card in a mostly colorless and or blue deck is the other cards that they play, right? Like, you could play Prismatic Ending, but when your opponent's playing Blood Moon, it's pretty difficult to reliably kill things with a card like Prismatic Ending, or really any other colored card. You can get cheeky with Engineered Explosives to be able to kill Chalice. It's effective with colorless lands because you can pay mana but not put counters on it. It's still not ideal and blows up our own Petals and Opals. So Karn is just the best card to deal with Chalice. That is primarily why it's here. By far and away the biggest reason to play it. And on top of that, it's obviously a great card for the deck. It is typically played in the main in a deck like this, so it really has no problem slotting in. And when it comes in, you can trim things so that you have access to them with Karn, even Opal, Key, Monolith, Mystic Forge, especially when we're bringing in Cage, Jewel when we have to trim on action and it's too clunky. It's nice having these cards in the sideboard when Karn is in. One of the reasons we're playing a Portable Hole. You can cast it off of Mystic Forge, you can cast it off of Karn. Going back and forth with the split on these. I don't think I'm prepared to play 4 of them, but in a certain meta, I certainly would. But obviously Static Prison is quite flexible. And I can take care of stuff like Deafening Silence and Collect Roof and Null Rod, Karn even. But yeah, this deck is really powerful. So hopefully we can trophy again. I'll see you in round 1. Alright, here we go. Round 1 against John Cabral. Run the play. This hand just misses here. We're gonna mulligan. This one's a lot closer. I will keep. It's still pretty risky, but I think I'd rather keep this than go to 5. Without a key and an opal. I mean, we can draw a land. Petal. Oh. Now we're getting Thoughtseize. Well, at least we're not dead, I guess. Took the PO. Okay. Well, at least we have mana. Play these things out. And pass. Hope we're not dead and hope we draw action. But we're probably dead. Looks like it. Yep. Okay. We're going to play Ley Lines. And we're going to play Cage. Can Trim. Forge. In fact, I think I'd rather play Karns. Trim on Monolith Key Opal. Cut one land. And just cut the Forges. So it doesn't conflict with Cage. Alright, take the play. We can't keep this. Yeah, we can keep. Keep in bottom Crystal Vein. I'm actually going to put both of these into play. Usually if they're going to remove it, it's going to be with a Force of Vigor, which does kill both, but they don't do it right away, and then we draw a Cage, then we have 3 things. And it's non-zero chance that they have some sort of single target removal. It's like we're immediately getting blown up by Force of Vigor. No, I guess not. Felt like it, they were pausing. Now we get a 1 ring going. And hopefully we can ride that to victory. Land untapped. Informer, sure. Okay. Cozy Command, I like that. Alright, let's play Adhikar Waste, let's play Monolith. And exile creature. Make O1s. Exiled. And I'm just gonna replay a ring. Find another ring, it's not too bad. They did use a Spirit Guide to put that thing out. Yep, and they're off it. Cool. See if we can replicate that experience. Not with this hand. Oof. It was a nice hand, but not against them. They mulliganed to 6 and kept. This is also a nice hand, but we can't keep it. This hand is pretty good. On 4, which is unfortunate, but unfortunate. Bottom could be the Cage. Yeah, I guess it's Cage. Get Leyline in. Don't want to get discarded. But it's probably going to happen. They're going to be naming Grim Monolith or the One Ring. Probably the One Ring. Yep. Always a bummer when you have in your hand the correct blind name on turn 1. Oh man, imagine if they had named Monolith. Would have been funny. Alright, we're live to drawing most of our action. PO wouldn't be particularly good, but that's a wear down. Killing 2 things. They have 3 cards. That's a great draw. Let's hope we can get to it. Oh man. Now I just want to draw mana so I can bounce this thing. Yes. So good. Boop. I could still have it. Oh man. It's also good. Okay. Drew a ring. Come on now. Oh. So close. Alright, we're not dead yet. Okay. That's really good, because now if we draw a ley line, we can actually cast it. Not right this second, but... Come on, fade, fade, fade. Sweet. Another ring. Ooh. 4, 5. Cast this key. Tap this Monolith. Play this Jewel. Oh, PO. We're just in. We're just fully in there. I'm gonna sack this Crystal Vein. We're going deep. Technically, I could still draw 3 and have enough to PO. Seems unnecessarily risky, though. Just untap Monolith. PO. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want blue and colorless. Found another PO. Go Monolith. Key. Key. Untap Monolith. Untap Monolith. Key. We didn't find a Fleshraker, but we have another PO. We have another Jewel. Let's see, we got 6. Let's cast the Jewel. Loop. There's a Fleshraker. We'll make blue. Play Raker. Play Petal. Play Opal. And go for another PO. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bloop. Petal. Opal. Monolith. Second Rake. And Petal Opal is lethal. Very nice. That was a wild game. Cool. We're 1-0. In round 2. Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far. Just wanted to thank everybody, and if you're looking for more, show you where you can find that. If you go to the description below, you can find all of my links. If you go further down in the comments, you can also find my links, which will bring you to my Patreon, various tiers for Discord access, early access, sideboard guides, donation decks, coaching sessions. You can also check out the podcast within those links, as well as my Twitch, where I do most of my content. You can see the commands that you can use in the chat. Let's say you do dono. You're wondering how to get a link, how to do it. Tells you right here. And the members Discord is within the Storm, MTG Storm community. And of course, it's always going to help if you hit the like and subscribe. So thanks again. Keep storming, y'all. Here we go, round 2 against Cyan 24. I'll keep this hand. It's okay. It's got like the discount version of a couple of the cards, right? City instead of Tomb, Basalt instead of Grim, even Voltaic instead of Manifold. Underground Sea, Thoughtseize. I'm so tired of this opener. I was playing a more traditional Jewel yesterday, and 3 out of 4, like the first 2 and then round 4, opened with losing the die roll and getting Thoughtseize by an Underground Sea from an opponent who kept 7. Pretty brutal. Is one benefit of playing 8 keys and 8 monoliths is you are more resistant to getting them Thoughtseized or countered. When you're playing 8 keys, people try to do the cheeky thing of letting your Grim Monolith resolve, but then countering the key. So have a higher chance of punishing them because you have another one. OP's in the tank. With the Mystic Forge. Okay. Well, that was a great draw. Let's, yeah, I was going to say, they're not going to daze the key. But now we can play around daze with this Grim. Beautifully, even. I mean, if we jewel, that's not the case, but we don't have to jewel. Although if I draw an Opal, we'll have 7 mana. And then we can jewel into PO. It'll be insane. Ooh. Alright. That's a bummer. We did draw Opal. Pretty crazy. Imagine if this resolves. Whoa. Okay. This one. Okay. Play this one. I mean, I clearly have nothing, so I'm going to jewel. I don't Opal. So I could PO. Really low chance that we can actually replay stuff, though. I'm going to chill. I can even untap my Basalt Monolith with this jewel. Just have 1,000,000 mana going into next turn. We're not going to have a haste creature. That would be wild. Mystic Sanctuary. Interesting. In your Dimir Wasteland deck, huh? Untap the Monolith. Another Monolith. Okay. Yeah, let's just slam a jewel. Holy moly. We have got some material to work with, huh? Play a city. Untap a Monolith. Play Basalt. Play Key. Play another jewel. Oops, all POs. Okay, this game is over. I mean, it was already over, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, Moto makes this much harder than it should be. Alright. Let's draw approximately all the cards. Oof. Okay. Pretty good. This is one of the reasons why main deck grid is not always what you should be doing. Because, obviously, if you're not playing against blue, you don't want them. And, on top of that, you're still quite reasonable with them against blue. Just go with the keep jamming until something sticks. Alright, I would like to be able to kill Null Rod, so play a Portable Hole, but it's not perfect against Wasteland decks, obviously. So I don't think I want to go crazy and go playing Static Prison, but Portable Hole's at least just generally better. I will trim some action and some of the PO material. And that's part of the give and take of grid, right? You can't really afford, like, you're playing grids, which means you're playing them instead of something else. And for instance, if we had grids there instead of this stuff, maybe we fizzle as we keep going. Having said that, they are clearly very good against blue. And I trim on Jewel and PO because those are the weakest of our action against, like, Bowmasters or them having creatures in play, or you know, getting our resources stripped means PO isn't always going to be turned on. Whereas Mystic Forge and Ring are kind of self-containing and are better against those cards. We can keep this. Definitely keep this. Ground Sea pass. Alright, almost surely a consigned to memory. Hot damn. I think I'm going to just lead on Crystal Vein Key. I'm not going to consign that. Or even daze it. I mean, if they have Null Rod, that's going to be bad. Yep. That is what it felt like. So they pretty much like F6 our key. Not that it's all that desirable to counter, but that's a good one. Well, shit. Now I want to play around daze. I am going to. Cool. Resolved. And there's a chance. There's not a good chance. Play that. Maybe I shouldn't even play that Monolith there. Building up spawns might be more important. Because we're about to get wastelanded after we wastelanded ourselves. Mystic Sanctuary, again. Go for the throat. Ouch. Okay. At least the card that does something in the face of a Null Rod. You can play Petals and Opals and other stuff. It can get you through some cards. Okay. Vault on top. We're gonna get in. For sure. Ponder action. Okay. And shuffle. One ring off the top. I will play it. Effectively draws a card, gets us closer. We've got some sort of interaction. Debating on if it's worth using it. I think the answer is no. Definitely not worth it. But I'll take it if they do. That's obnoxious. Alright, they go face. It is the correct thing to do, because otherwise you just lose your army token. Can't even get in now. The Tamiyo. We've still got 4 cards. Otawara. Okay. Definitely one of the useful cards. But we gotta find some cards to go with it. Gotta find another blue source. Outside of Otawara, there's 5 others. Basic Island and 4 Edgar Wastes. Make a clue token that they can't use. Got them. Alright, they finally wasteland us. Okay. Happening. It's happening. They're trying to crack the clue. Okay, they've got 5 cards. Question is, when we bounce this Null Rod, can we work through what's in their hand and on board? Alright, they get in for 2. It's gonna be close. That's a good one. Question is, do we do it now or end step? I think it's end step. I mean, there's a lot that can go wrong. There's a whole lot that can go wrong doing it now as well. If they surveilled and left a card on top. Getting in for another 2. We go to 7. Riptide's fine with me. I'm gonna pay a lot of life here. Bounce the Null Rod. I don't think it makes sense to draw a card. Go to our turn. Another Adhikar Wastes. By Jewel, I can't PO to pick up 1 ring. Doesn't look like we can beat a force. I think we PO. Could Mystic Forge here. I think it's supposed to PO for 1, 2, 3. At least this can't get consigned. Let it go. City of Traders is a nice hit. Play that. Play Fleshraker. Hoping to dodge consigned to memory. Unsuccessful in doing so. Okay. Let's play Opal. Grim. Key. Tap the Grim. Play the 1 ring. Yeah. Also force. Can't beat that. Ooh. Okay, they have shown us Null Rod. So I think I'm required to play more Static Prison, or more of these. Unfortunately. Trim another Basalt. Another Key. Run it back. Take the play. Sure, we'll keep this. I'd like to open on grid. Not sure we can afford to. Yeah, let's go Crystal Vein Key. It's just such a disaster if they do force it. Misty Pass. It is probably Consign. That was not a good draw. Jam the Grid. No Consign. Force pitching Tamiyo. And Surveil. Surveil away a Ponder. Then number 2. Come on. No Rod every time. How many of these are we playing? I guess I'm playing around days. Alright, Fleshraker's in. A good sign at least. And I do have an answer to No Rod, I just need a white source. 4 of them in the deck. Rainstorm. And we get Thought Seized. There goes Static Prison. And we get Wastelanded. Alright. Break a little flesh. And attack for 2. Go land number 3. Play out the Opal. Can I afford to play around Bowmasters? I think I'm gonna not attack at least for a turn. If they want to play their Bowmasters. Trying to decide if they're supposed to bluff or play it. If you're gonna bluff, you gotta make that choice quick. Alright. They are at 11. Find a Ponder. I would love a Ponder. Immediately find their creature removal. Get in for 2. Another Opal. We'll get in with one of these. Stocking up. Yikes. I think stock up, Wasteland, and Mystic Sanctuary. Can dig it. There we go to 15. Get him again. Just to let him know we don't just lay down and take an attack like that. Even in the face of adversity. Another stock up. I don't know what this next draw would have to be to keep me from leaving, but I guess in Edikar, Waste, or White Spell. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Alright, I mean, turn 2 Null Rod from the Tempo deck, both post-board games, that's definitely gonna get us. See you in round 3. Alright, here we are, round 3 against tomjab, who last time I played them was also playing a Dimir Tempo deck, which would be really nice if that was not the case, or if we could draw a hand contained any amount of mana. Alright, this is okay. On a Monolith, one of the POs, and I will open on Monolith. Pass it over, they kept on 7. It does in fact look like they're on Dimir, and here we go. Classic Tempo deck keeps 7, opens with Thoughtseize. I am tired of it. Jewel. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna not Jewel, but it's gonna get dazed. Oh wow. It did not. Interesting. It didn't really hit anything. Okay. Might also mean they're not putting a creature in play. Hoping to dodge Nethergoyf and Tamiyo. Ponder Shuffle. We like that. No creature. Let's go Tomb. Tool number 2 is in. Okay. Let's go Monolith. Opal. We have 3 mana post PO. 4, 5, 6. We can at least rejewel. I think I would rather just cast the Forge. Yeah, I don't really mind passing. Oh, they're just off it. Holy moly. Wild stuff. I'll take it. Alright. I want these grids. And we're gonna have to play these static prisons and portable holes. Basalt, E, Opal, PO, Jewel, Basalt, Key. Sure. I like this hand. We already have access to our white mana. We have lands to be able to absorb wastelands. And we drew a grid. I run it right into a consigned to memory, but we're kind of curving out here, so I think it's worth it. You know, it used to be that grid would get 2 cards out of their hand, but then they decided to print this outrageous card. Get wasted, they got 5 cards. There's our static prison. So I'll play Tomb. I do just want to draw lands now. Asic Forest? Oh my. Pretty wild. We did draw land. I'm just going to play this Fleshraker. What they want to do about it. Probably just going to play Bowmasters. Yep. They've got 4 cards. Other Wasteland. Pretty frustrating. Alright, we're hoping to draw Grim Monolith. Another Cozy Command. Not great. I'm going to pass. I don't think it's worth... Yeah, I don't think it's worth going after this Bowmasters with Static Prison. They're not going to bluff a second Bowmasters. There's our Monolith. It's going to get consigned as well. Spell Pierce. Sure. You still get a mana out of it. A point of damage. Not irrelevant. Any land would be great. Ideal even. Oh yeah. Okay. Now we can go Cozy Command, exile creature, make 0/1s. See if we can get this thing out. Consign with Replicate. What a card. What a card. Did they miss? They didn't counter the trigger. They just put 2 copies on the thing. Interesting. Okay. Probably a misclick. They've still got 4 cards. Cameo, sure. 3 cards now. PO, could be good later. Exile, make 0/1s. 0/1s, exile. And we do it. Well, at least they finally had to use a force this time. And we'll pass. Probably gonna surveil. Left it on top. We've got 2 cards. And I'm gonna get in with Tameo. Sure. Their clue token. And tap. Mystic Forge. Something tells me they have another counter. Let's go 1 ring. And let that resolve. Interesting. Let's go Mystic Forge. Something tells me this one does not resolve. Force of negation incoming. Sure. Now I think it's worth it to Static Prison the Bowmasters. And draw a card. I will play the land. And we'll get in. Not looking too bad here. 3 mana, what is this? I have no idea what this is. These are the top 4 cards of your library. Oh, this is from the new set. 2 of them into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. Card is pretty good. Sure. 2 in their hand, 2 lands in the graveyard. Alright. They play an island, they got 2 cards in hand. Make another clue. At least we don't have to worry about Bowmasters. Tip the Flameo. Flamaroonie. Sure. Unless they have Snuff Out, I think they're dead. Surgical and Cozy Command, sure. I only have 2. Love it. Loving it. Pay 2 life. Got him. They have 1 card. Okay. Oh, yes. Draw. Beautiful. Play the grid. Play the key. Activate the ring. Oh, yeah. Petal. Crystal Vein. Make 2. 3, 4. PO for 1. 2. 3. Yeah, they see it coming. Nice. Wow, we got through a lot there. As long as your tempo opponent doesn't play a turn 2 Null Rod. Even then, this hand was actually pretty good against Null Rod. But it definitely would have been a huge challenge and potentially have lost. But otherwise, we got him. 2-1. See you around 4. Alright, let's go round 4 against Unrealistic. We are on the play. We take those and we've got the Dream Start. We also take those. Not the Dream Start, okay? The Dream Start would be Attica Waste being Opal. Because then you can lead on Fleshraker. You can go Monolith, Fleshraker, Opal, Key, untap Monolith, and then you have 4 into 1 ring. And draw another key and use it, and then draw Petal Opal and play them, and then PO and actually turn 1 them. We've done it before. I've turned 1 exactly twice with this deck. Not this exact list, but the list that was closest to this one. Alright, here's my Monolith. Here's my key. Here's my 4-drop. We're in there. There's a key on top. That's nice. All right. I don't know what they're playing. I've seen them often play various Epic Gamble variations. Like they're usually playing Rainbow Lands and Manamorphose and Veil of Summer, but otherwise LED Echo, Gamble, Soul Lands, that sort of thing. But I've definitely seen them play other stuff too, so I don't know. Could be thinking of someone else though. They definitely had a different avatar. Pretty easy to change your avatar though. Tomb Petal. Here we go. Soothing Song. I'm expecting an Echo Vans to resolve. Or get put on the stack, rather. It will resolve, obviously. We do have a ring trigger, so they'll have to beat that. It's not terribly difficult to do, but... Okay, so they're playing actual Ruby this time. There's the Ruby. They do have to kill us on turn 1 with Ruby, which is not easy to do. Otherwise, we are surely going to kill them. However, as far as starts go, this is kind of it. They go like bonus round into Morphos, we could be in trouble. Feel like there's a Burning Wish in their hand. It's usually what's going to cause you or prompt you to stop for a bit and think. We're going to have to jam some stock up Ruby Storm. You haven't lived until you've bonus rounded into stock up. And I have not done that yet, so it's time to start living. Yeah, so they had another ritual. Got 2 cards in hand. I mean, if they have Burning Wish, they should just Past in Flames. Not the case, actually. There's only a Rim Pulse. They do have Burning Wish. Can't really reforge. They don't have enough mana. Maybe they do. They could get a bonus round. They do get Past in Flames. So the card in their hand, I think, is a land. And this is one of the higher chances of actually killing me this turn. They only get to look at 2 cards, but... Or it could be another Rim Pulse in their hand, actually. Damn, those are good hits. Those aren't. Now they should probably Desperate, Ruby, Seething Song. There's Desperate, Ruby, Song, Jeska's Will for action. We need them to whiff. Actually, you can only use it for action because I have a 1-ring trigger. Also, they can't, like... They have to go all the way, right? Which Ruby tends to do to get around this 1-ring. Does look like we're getting turn 1 here. They should definitely roll, then Rite of Flame. There's the roll. There's the Rite of Flame. No flip. I mean, they can still Past in Flames for 2 mana. Start flashing stuff back. So Raw's gonna flip. They're gonna ult. As long as they have equipped their sideboard with a way to beat the 1-ring, which they should. They certainly have. There's the Raw ult. Elemental Eruptions in the main deck is interesting. And Reforge the Soul. So I don't think this is a... Excuse me, I don't think this is a bonus round build. They upticked the Raw. I think they're just going to cast Alchemist Gambit, yep. And then cast Eruption. That'll get us. Well, we got turn 1. A rarity for sure from Ruby Storm. Yeah, we definitely would have killed them. Okay, Been a bit since I've had to even think about this matchup. I think on the play I'm just sending it as is. Karn only does so much. Plus they're not even always playing 4 petals. Especially when you see Desperate Ritual. Dismember, Horrible Hole, Static Prison. These are considerations on the draw. Let's send it. We want basically the same hand. The odds of them actually turn 1-ing with Ruby are extremely slim. So we're not going to play as though it's going to happen. We will mulligan the turn 2 ring. I think I go to 5. I'll settle for a turn 2 ring, but you can get a turn 1 ring on 4. Alright, we did miss. So we're going to go to 4. We mulled to 6. We kept on 6. Let's go to 4. That's a turn 1 forge. On PO, Cozy Command, an island. Go Monolith, E, and Forge. I will keep the key there. See what they got for us. Mountain, Rite of Flame, Raw. Sure. And passing. Well, kind of gotta make it happen here. Get rid of that tomb. Opal's good. Jewel, 2, 4, 5, 6. Sure. Certainly risky, but now or never. Metal's nice. PO, Fleshraker. I mean, that PO's nice, but I can't grab it. At least I can make blockers, and we gotta hope we're not dead. Fleshraker. Make a thing. Don't have a Basalt Monolith to untap. I don't really want to use my spawn token. I want it as a blocker. Sure. Okie doke. And hope we're not dead. Which, pretty unlikely that we're not dead. This is their sweet spot for killing us. Desperate, yep. Won the flip. Chooses not to, makes sense. I'm gonna try to ulti it. Lost the flip, got him. Another roll and a pedal. That's not a very good hit. That's good for us. They have 3 cards in hand. Jessica's Will. Obviously for actions. They are playing bonus round. Pretty wild list. Found another land and a pedal. Pretty unlikely they can leverage bonus round from here. Getting 2 more rolls was really bad for them. I mean, there's still combinations of cards that could get there. Could have like Desperate Ritual or Seething Song and Metamorphose. Alright, they're gonna attack. Block with Fleshraker. I guess that turned on Shatterskull Smashing. Be able to kill Fleshraker, but alright, cool. A Jewel. Wow. Alrighty. Yeah, let's go ahead and cast that Jewel. Draw some more. Another PO is fine. Oh, I'll take key. Play City of Traders. Tap the Jewel. Make some more mana. Untap Monolith. PO. So we're gonna have so much mana I can just pick up Forge. I could pick up Fleshraker too, but I don't know. Let's just send it. Got the Opal. Put some stuff back down again. Do we find another Fleshraker? No, doesn't matter. Play. Okay. Okay, game 3 on the draw. I think I want to play Portable Hole and Static Prisons. Maybe Dismember as well. I don't think so. It's better at killing Raw, but just doesn't even touch Ruby. I want to have a chance of just killing their cost reducer if they go turn 1 Ruby or turn 1 Raw. Is mostly what they're looking for. Monolith Key, Opal. Maybe I keep Opal. The additional white source from one of the Mystic Forges. Now we have a wider range of keepable openers. I want either a turn 1 thing or a turn 1 Static Prison. This is a turn 2 thing. They kept on 7. I think this is the type of hand that dies. They turn 2 ring and then you die. You're not already dead. Okay, it says the white source, but no removal. Also doesn't have a turn 1 thing, so we'll go to 5. Okay, this one does just about nothing, so we'll go to 4. And we have our turn 1 thing. So we will keep those. Alrighty. We'd honestly rather have a turn 1 removal into turn 2 thing, but we'll take it. I do like that this puts them on the spot to go for it, even if it like hinders, you know, go for an unlikely turn 2 at the cost of a higher chance turn 3 type of deal. Alright, kind of the same scenario where we mull the 4 and play Mystic Forge and have a key on top. But this time we have an extra card in hand. Alright. Can't really F6. If for some reason they just blow up my Mystic Forge, I'll want to get rid of this key. Alright, not leading on a ritual is good for us. Might be on a 1-lander. Kind of. Another ruby. Next turn is looking pretty good for them. I mean, last time we found a jewel here. Can we do that again? I'll take a petal. I guess it was opal into jewel. Get rid of this Odawara. Oh, baby. Untap Monolith. A tomb. Cast our jewel. Another jewel underneath it. Static prison we can't get to. Or yeah, we can, because I can jewel. All right, we have 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Alright, we'll go key. Not that static prison is actually great here, because they have 2 rubies. But it could help. Jewel. On a Fleshraker. Let's make white. Play key. Untap Monolith. Play the Fleshraker. Oh, opal's beautiful. Ancient Tomb. Kind of the end of the line on that one, but we'll take out a ruby here. And hope that's good enough. We, Jessica's Will is not much of a ritual here. It's mana neutral. It can filter for some more red for them. But I think it's pretty obvious they didn't have another red source. At least last turn. And this is why I didn't keep that turn 2 ring hand, right? Plenty of matchups where that hand is perfectly fine. It slammed a turn 2 ring, it slammed a turn 3 ring, but we would have been sitting with a ring in play. That's it. Instead of all this, all because we mulled the 4. Right. We don't want to see any sort of ritual here. We want to see them continue to get choked on red. I think they're going to filter with Jessica's Will is my guess. If we get to untap, the game is almost definitely over. Yeah, they're going to filter to get some more red. Or they cast this Ren's Resolve, because they probably have no red sources in their hand. Yep, here it comes. Okay. I could unlock some stuff in their hand. I think they mostly have to filter for more red, then play Raw. And then their hand would have to be good cards that doesn't feel as though they've shown that they have. Like a Desperate Ritual would be nice, but I think we would have seen that by now. Same thing with Seething Song. So I don't think those are in their hand. If they roll first, okay, so they do have a Ren's Resolve. Find another mountain, but they're kind of treading water with that one. And they're pretty far away from ulting Rawl as well. I had to guess they're probably going to play a Rawl and then try to flip it with like Ren's Resolve in their hand. Although you're probably better off just casting the Ren's Resolve, but you could, if you could manage to flip the Rawl, you can at least kill my Fleshraker, but that's still super unlikely to actually get the job done. Burning Wish. Okay. Okay. Grape Shot. So they're going to kill our Fleshraker and our Critter. That's fine with me. We go to 10. Yes. Let's play this Monolith. Land is not good. Land is not good. Tap the Forge. Cozy Command is pretty good. It's a pretty good one. Let's go City. Untap. Tap. Untap. Tap. Tap. I guess I'll keep a blue up. And I'll tap these tombs. And we get to scry 13. And draw one with a Forge in play. I think we can figure it out. There's already a Fleshraker. Get rid of all these lands. Those can go right on the bottom. We're not going to need Portable Hole. We also don't need the One Ring with all this. We'll put Jewel on the bottom. Assault. I guess Cozy Command should have been on the... Well, I can draw that in hand. Alright, top. 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 And top the Cozy Command. 1, 2, 3. Play a Fleshraker. 1, 2, 3. Play a Fleshraker. And then just play the spells off the top. Petal. Rake some flesh. Monolith. Rake some flesh. Key. Rake some flesh. And Monolith. Very nice. Well, see you in the final round. Alright, here we go. Final round. We're fighting for the 4-1. Playing against Charble. And this is acceptable. I think I will play a turn 1 Fleshraker. A lot of flesh over there, so I want to get ahead of it. Get that rake in hand. And may as well play the opal. Skim a bit of flesh off the old dome. Yeah, they also kept on 7. They're letting things resolve pretty quickly, so I don't think they have a force. Which probably means days. Ring is a great draw. Yeah, I'll play my city here. Play right around the days. Brainstorm, sure. Now they could have force, obviously, or they could have drawn one for turn. That's also a possibility, but pretty likely we're in there, and we are off to a rocket start here. Good cozy command for 1, but I don't think that's worth it. They want to kill this Fleshraker, that's fine. I'd say Bowmasters would be the most annoying thing, but we already drew the cozy command, so we have that covered. And if they play Bowmasters, we know they don't have force, unless they're just like super patient, letting the ring resolve, thinking it's going to work out because they have Bowmasters. I suppose that's a possibility. I think I'll attack here. They want to try to ambush. I don't think they will, but makes it a free attack, right? Now we draw. They play Bowmasters. We kill it with Cozy Command. Or they just don't even have it. Okay. We take those. Take those easy wins. Go to Brainstorm. Fine with me. Does represent draw 3. With Fleshraker in play, it only costs 1 mana, so it's basically an ancestral. We still have a land drop. We got PO. Like, they're in trouble, man. Never mind the cozy command. Oops, all brainstorms. Alright, key is in there. Draw some more cards. I'm just gonna play a city. A monolith. Play another key. Might as well draw 4 more. Draw 4. Well, that wasn't great, but will do. PO. And we'll just pick it all up except for the Fleshraker. And let's get that second rake in hand. Dual raking. They've had enough. Alright, bug. Oh, I'm glad we got game 1. Play Dismember. Portable Hole. I mean, I guess I'll play the removal package. Cut a PO, cut a Jewel, cut a Basalt, cut a Key, cut an Opal. I mean, maybe this is too heavy. Yeah, let's not play the Static Prisons. And cut another Key. And is not particularly playable. We will mulligan. Yeah, I'll keep. I'm actually going to bottom this PO. It might seem silly, but I just think the other cards are more important. We're going to lose a lot more often because we don't have protection or mana. Okay, they start with Ponder. It's fine with me. And we're just going to lead on this key here. By the time we finish slamming grids and trying to get our mana underneath us, we'll find some action. And if we don't, it is what it is. Which is what you say when you feel like saying something that doesn't make any sense. Oh, is it what it is? I was unaware. Thanks. Thought it was something else. I guess what I mean by it is what it is I think it's still the right play, so some amount of the time it's not going to work out, but not going to prevent me from making a different play. You could bottom one of the grids, but I don't think that's right at all. I think it's one of the most valuable things in her hand. Oh no. Did they hack did they hack my microphone? They may have hacked my microphone. They're not going to name grid. We're in Monolith. Nope. We got the discount, or the thrift store Monolith, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Well, that's, I wouldn't call that fortunate. I do get a basic. What do they name here? Maybe they don't care about grid. They did name Monolith with the first one, so they may very well name Monolith with this one. I'll just say, sure, you can have the grids. I wasn't forcing anyways. But, I don't know. They probably take grids. Yep. Wander. Okay. What we got here? Got a Grim Monolith. Well, we'll play the one they know about. Don't care if they counter it. Guess I'll also play this one. Alright, so. Unfortunate. Because now we don't... Oh, it's Aluren. Sure. Looks like we're dead. Recruiter for recruiter. Ether channeler. Pick it up. Put it back down. Cavern harpy. Channeler. Recruiter. Parasitic Strix. That'll do. Ooh, we had Mystic Forge coming. Oof. However, we didn't test any forces, and they did go and take grid, so they probably had a force in hand. But who knows? Alright, now we know what's happening. I think on the play, going to take Portable Hole out. Play another key. Keep the grids going. Alright, we're taking the play. It's so close. If this were a soul land, I would snap this off. Ugh. And the sand is unplayable. Sand is okay. Bottom one ring. And I guess a petal. I can't really afford to just be bottoming a land there, or even an action piece. Alright, they kept on 7. That's not good. No Cabal Therapy start. Probably a consign to memory in their hand. Definitely a bummer we drew Jewel. No consign. I like that. They have to force this. That's a lot different. I don't mind that as much. Alright, it's in there. Gonna slam like a collect roof or something. Let's hope not. No. Alright. They're gonna consign what I play. Effectively 2-for-1 me, aren't they? I'm still gonna jam. And we are hoping that we draw a soul land. Oh, wow, it's just in. So they have Bowmasters. Sure, do I wanna make their orc army a little bit tougher? Yeah, so if I draw a land, I really want to play it. If we didn't, and they do not have Bowmasters. What is going on? I don't feel safe. Maybe they found a Leovold. Can't Cabal Therapy us. I mean, maybe it's a classic nothing situation. Had a brainstorm. Could have been anything. Turns out it was nothing. Not Leovold. Recruiter. Or Aether Channeler. Alright, they're trying to set up for a win next turn. Can we kill them now? Maybe. We key. We need them to have nothing, and it does feel like they have nothing. Not Force of Vigor. Fleshraker is in. Okay. How do we want to play this? We've got some serious options here. Another key. I mean, we haven't hit a land drop, so like I feel inclined to draw with the ring. Jewel's really nice too, though, and so is Mystic Forge. I feel like Mystic Forge into drawing with a ring is probably better than just slamming a Jewel. I can play Mystic Forge like this, and then still have mana to untap the ring. Assuming Mystic Forge doesn't just pop off on its own. And it seems to be doing that. Okay. So far so good. +2 mana into +1 mana. Into a key. Yeah, this is over. I mean, they only have so much flash, right? Key. Play the Monolith. Tap the Monolith. Tap the ring. Draw. Oh, yeah. Play Petal. Let's untap the ring. Draw. Play City. Play Grid, even though we don't have to. Play Monolith. Play Opal. 3, 4, 5, 6. Play a Jewel. Draw 3. 4, 5, 6. Play another Jewel. Draw 3 more. Let's play Fold Key. Tap the ring. Draw 5. Lay out this Petal. Play Salt Monolith. And Flesh be gone. Gone, Flesh, be gone. He said GG's. Alright, nice 4-1. Okay, so what do we think? We lost only to Tempo, and we beat them game 1 on a mold of 4, I think. They just didn't have much. It was crazy that Jewel just resolved, or maybe that was a different game. I don't know. But we lost to turn 2 Null Rod from the Dimir Tempo deck, both post-board games. It's going to happen some amount of the time, and any deck contortioning is not really going to solve that. Because anything that would remove a Null Rod is going to be generally really bad against a Dimir Tempo deck, right? You're going to butcher an already fragile mana base, even further? To play some removal spells that makes your deck not function all that well when you play more of them. You're just going to lose to yourself against them. Like, I think it's fine to have a couple answers. Like, outside of that, you know, non-blue, I think these white cards are great and give us a chance in some of the blue matchups that bring in hate. Otherwise, I think we saw just how powerful it is and how much smoother it executes the combo when you're playing a lower land count, when you're just maxing out on all this material. There's just so much material for the POs, and you're just so likely to actually kill them when you resolve a Jewel. Yeah, deck feels good. I'm going to keep jamming it here and there. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.